Hello, today we're going to be going over a patch for the MetStation rain gauge. Here we have our MetStation box as you'll encounter it. The tools we'll need for this today are a wire strippers, a small screwdriver. This is a 1.8 millimeter flathead screwdriver, but any eyeglass flat screwdriver should work. A wrench for loosening the cable gland. This is a 16 millimeter wrench, but an adjustable wrench will work as well. And then a screwdriver for removing the top plate, which is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. So we'll get started here. So first step, we will loosen the 4 screws on the top plate. Remove that and set that aside. Now we'll go and we'll loosen this cable gland a little bit so that we'll have freedom to move the cable. Turn that to the left a little bit and then just finger loosen it. Now we will go here to the 2 wires in question, which are the yellow and green one here. If you see yellow and green here that is incorrect, that's what we'll be correcting today. We'll rotate this out of the way. You'll see here these are labeled GND and tip. The polarity of these won't end up mattering. So we're going to take our small screwdriver. We're going to loosen these. We're then going to pull this out like so. We've got some slack from loosening the cable gland, so we'll pull this through. We'll now take our wire cutter and we'll cut this off, being careful to not let that fall into the box itself. We're now going to go in and strip off about 1 inch of this outer jacketing. Being careful not to cut all the way through. There we go. Now we have our wires here. The ones that we are interested in are the red and green wires. The other wires we will clip back to get out of the way. So we have these stripped. There we go. We now want to strip off the inner insulation about 3/16 of an inch, 3/16 to a 1/4 of an inch. There we go, that looks good. Now we'll go here, pull some of our slack back through, and place these back into the 2 terminals they just came out of. Like I said, polarity is not going to matter here. What is going to be important is that none of the wires fray between the 2 and make contact. So we will insert this. You can also, it's helpful to make sure that these are fully loosened when you're putting them back in. So we put that in, tighten that down. And then we repeat the process with the other wire. Put that in, tighten it down. And now we just verify right in here that there's no wires connecting across it to cause a problem. Everything looks good. We put these things back in place so that the lid can close properly. Now we're going to come down here, tighten this back down, start by finger tightening it like so, and then just a little bit with the wrench to snug it down. You can judge by the gap. You should bring it just about so that these 2 pieces of plastic are touching. Now the retrofit here is complete. Now we'll go ahead, place this back on, and screw the lid back down with our number 2 large screwdriver. Get these all relatively tight Then we can go in and tighten them down fully, not cranking any of these down. We don't want to damage the plastic or the sealing surface. There we go. Now we're complete and the retrofit is done.